What's going on, folks? Welcome to the August progress update. Basically, checking in how I'm progressing for the year. Can't believe it's already been 8 months. We're already in 9 months at the moment, of course, being September, but it's crazy. It's gone super, super quick. Just going to let everyone jump in. Hope you're all doing well this evening and had a lovely day. If you are on the other side of the world, it's actually probably morning or sometime between the day, but it's night here, 9 p.m. here in Melbourne, Australia. So appreciate folks being here. Just going to start to look at the chat. Don't be shy. I did have Adrian and Nico. They set the reminder, but I know they're the international, so the time zone is probably going to be crazy. But I do appreciate it, guys. If you are here, thank you. Hey, mate, how you doing? Just got back from a jog to the fridge. Beautiful. That's the way it should be. But I don't have that luxury. I have to jog a lot further. But kudos, man. You got to do what you got to do. Glad you are taking one for the team. It's a tough effort, eh? Hope you're doing well, mate. All right. So while we wait for more people to join, so yeah, this is just basically an update on how I've been progressing for the year. At the start of the year, I took a chance on myself. Took a leave of absence from working full time and decided to see what I could do with pursuing my passions and goals, and I guess making some of the dreams come to being. And that's with the YouTube, with the reselling business, with the podcast. So we're going to go through all that today. Of course, we will touch on the running as well. Not the running like moderns and memories to the fridge, but running for just in general and training for the 50K Ultra. So lots to go through today. We are still in lockdown here in Melbourne. I know a lot of other people across the across Australia are in lockdown, and I hope you're all doing well. It's different for everyone. Some of us, it's not too bad, but for some of us, it's quite bad. And I really don't have it that bad. So I hope you're all doing okay and stay strong and stay sane. Captain Opshop Nerd, how you doing, mate? How you can't stay? So I was glad you had appreciate it, man. And that's all fine. You've got things to do. All good, all good. Appreciate you swinging by and saying boo. It's much appreciated. So I can see we've got 6 people in the chat. So if you are here, make sure you do say hi. And I'll say hi back. 2 Aussie thrifters. How you doing? Really appreciate you guys stopping by as well. You guys have had some amazing weeks, let alone month, just the other day. So well done, guys. Well done. And some of those sales you guys have been doing, just incredible, just crazy stuff. It's always inspirational to see where we can be. And I mean, look, I can't really complain because I've had it pretty good for the last couple of months as well. But it's always great to see others continuing to push the boundaries of how far they can go, and that encourages myself and motivates myself to see what I can do. I'm a bit far off from that for a while, but it's just nice to see the possibilities. Hey, Diary of a Flipper, how you doing, mate? I hope your little guy's feeling better, and I hope you're doing good as well. It's crazy times at the moment, so stay strong, buddy. All good. You guys are too kind as well. All right. Well, it's good. We've got 7 people in the chat. I will have your voice in the background while I list. Good stuff. I'm glad I can help you list. Someone's got to do it. Just popping by to say hello, in and out for all good, mate. No worries. You do what you got to do. Appreciate you stopping by. Kiss Selling, thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate it. This is good. I love this. I love seeing the usual faces, people that have been rocking up to the coffee and cards and Pokemon streams, but to have the same people rocking up to these is great. And every so often I do have a few new people jump in as well. So if you are new, if you are lurking, don't be shy. Say hi. Meet the community. Everyone's more than happy to have a chat with everyone as well. So don't be shy. Don't be shy. And while I'm talking about Pokemon cards, and 2 things actually, is I have a new series coming out tomorrow called the Pokemon Fund. So that will be coming out tomorrow. Something new, something different. I'm also doing it earlier in the morning. I've got it scheduled, which I'm going to show you in a second, but you'll see it when I go into my YouTube dashboard. But yeah, I'm excited to share that, and I probably will have a coffee and card stream later in the week as I'm picking up my Pokemon cards tomorrow to make that happen. So it's click and collect finally came through. So anyway, we'll get on that. Let's jump into the progress for the year. And the first thing that I love to jump on and start with is the YouTube, and I'll bring that up as we speak. Might have to do a bit of a zoom in here. But at the moment, I think so. I think it was, yeah. So this is for August. Last time we were celebrating for July, and that's when I basically hit 1,000 subscribers. So that was at the very start. So we've done well. We're sitting at 1,068 at this point in time, which is just crazy. It has been a quiet month though compared to the previous months, and we'll get into the stats and I'll explain what I mean by that. But it's interesting how, depending on the content you do and the dynamics of situations, how that really does change the trend of what your stats and whatnot. And I've noticed that my views have come down quite a lot this month, actually, down by 16%. And I think the big hitter for this has been I haven't been doing thrifting videos. Obviously, I can't because we're in lockdown, but I've noticed my views have dropped big time since not doing those kind of videos, which is actually why I've decided to do the Pokemon streams and also planning to do this new series that I've kicked off. It's just something a little different, a bit of a side hustle, some fun, and maybe bring in a new audience as well. So just trying to push myself, challenge myself, try different things. Um, I want to do a bit of a day in the life as well, but there's not really much happening other than the same routines. But maybe I will get to that as well. And there's a few other little ideas I've got locked away and noting down and trialing out. So just keep posted, and you'll see those different things come. But for August, we had 4,600 views. Watch time was also lower this month by 14%. So we've come down to 538 compared to last month, which was around 620 hours, I think it was. Subscribers, not big ones, but I'm glad to just be over that 1,000. I've had a few people drop off, but I think they were just some spams. So all good. And top videos in this period is surprisingly, I don't know if it was last month or this month that if it was still like that, and I've got this little thing popping up in front of me. Anyway, was I had a thrifting video finally this month actually take the lead. So, and the last thrifting video I did before going into lockdown, I think it was, and that's continuing to have the most views for this month. So super, super happy with that. And then actually another reselling video, and then my Melbourne Marathon from 2019 is still getting huge views 2 years later, which is crazy. And then the rest is basically reselling. So it's good to see that. If you guys didn't check out one of my videos, which was a new kind of video, which was everything in between, that was about Meet My Chickens. It was about my share portfolio and the things that I collect. If you haven't seen that, go check that one out. It's a bit different. So it's been an interesting month. That is for sure. And we'll have a look at the reach as well. Just see there's another comment that's come through. Been watching a few of you fellas and ladies here on the tube and others associated. It's interesting watching the diversification education process that happens from. Yeah, no, look, I think that's the beauty of it is none of us have the right and perfect answers. I think but combining all of us together, there's a lot of different things that we can learn from, and I'm always learning from others, picking up tips and tricks just from comments and things like that. So it's great to be able to share, and I think this community is really good at that. We have our moments as well, but it's great to be able to share, and I'm always learning from other people. So I think it's great, right? Kiss selling it's really good to see how much diverse, I guess, opportunity there is to learn, and no one really has any excuses that they can't go out and make this happen, because I think there's so much out there for free that people can learn from, that it is easy to start. I'm not saying it's an easy process in terms of getting it all done, but it does make it a lot easier to start. So yeah, as I mentioned, this month has been down in terms of views and things happening on the channel. Impressions are down, click-through rates down, views are down. So look, I think a lot of it is just because we're in lockdown. People aren't probably motivated to be doing those, just watching things, but they're probably actually having a lot of their time taken up from, managing kids and doing things at home, or a lack of energy. And I haven't had the content which has been out there, which is super exciting. Being in lockdown, seeing other people thrift, that's exciting. If I don't have that content, people are going to want to go watch that other stuff. So it is what it is, and there's plenty of things out there. So I am experimenting, and you'll see that tomorrow as well. Yep, that's right. That's right. And following these background, and that's why I'm trying the Pokemon stuff. I'm having so much fun with it. I figured it's a no-brainer, and a lot of other people are too. And it's something different, and I think there's a lot there to do. Yeah, plenty of great videos in the community for me to fast. Yeah, that's it. It's a great way to do it, Wayne. It's how I learnt, and I think there's so many people they can learn from it, and then you'll be teaching other people as well, right? Just comments and things like that. Yeah, so no, I don't want to harp too much on the YouTube stuff for this month. Just having a look. I haven't looked at this myself, so it's always interesting to reflect on this kind of stuff. My YouTube search, that's the traffic that's driving the traffic source of YouTube search that's coming to my channel is still very much running related content, which is quite funny because I'm doing predominantly reselling, but my running stuff is still showing up. And then what else have I got here? Traffic source, suggested videos, basically all my own stuff, which is fine. Let's jump up to engagement. So look, this one's always good. It's, seeing who's been sticking around and seeing my video. So at 30 seconds, people are still 78% into watching it. So, sorry, 78% of people are still watching it within the first 30 seconds. So that's really good to see. These stats are always encouraging. I always encourage people, if you are running a YouTube channel, go check it out and see where people are jumping, spiking, dropping, because it does. You can reflect and see what you did better, what you did wrong, or maybe where you can make some improvements. Audience. Yep, so things are down this month. Other channels my viewers are watching, or other resellers, as you can see there. It's just, yeah, it's all resellers, all resellers. There you go. JT is really jumping up there, nearly 1,000. Good job. Yeah, so look, this is really the YouTube stuff I wanted to jump on. I did want to share my journey to monetization. I want to be fully transparent. Obviously trying to get monetized. I still have a bit to go. We've got the 1,000 subscribers. I need 4,000 watch hours. 200 hours out. So if anyone wants to help me, go jump on a playlist and have it playing in the background. It would be greatly appreciated. But no, so I am aiming for that 4,000 hours. And then I'm eligible to apply, and then I have to retain it for a period, and then I should be able to get that big tick in the box, and hopefully start to see some progress there. But obviously it's not going to be the big bucks, but it's something to continue to build and compound, and just another stream that I can potentially start to work with. And I'm going to invest all that back into the channel. And there's a few things that I want to invest in, and I won't really try and dabble in that until I'm closer to it, like getting a bit more dollars coming in from that. So that is the YouTube update. It's pretty cool. I'm just going to give you guys a bit of a sneak peek of the video tomorrow, as you can see right here. Without trying to share too much, the Pokemon aren't self-sufficient. Let's see. So that's coming out tomorrow. I think I've got it set for 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. Putting it out as a morning release to see if other people will jump in, get some new audience, new viewers, rather than just you guys that are always showing up, and I appreciate it so much. Let's have a look here. Well done. So close for hours. It's so close. I'm so excited. That's it. That's it. And I love when you get to the jetty early morning run. Nice. Yes. That's it. That's it. I mean, this morning I actually went for a, what time did I run? 7 o'clock, and it was low tide, so it was a bit muddy, but I do love when it's really, beautiful morning, sun rising, the low fog, high tide. It's just crystal clear. And I've got some drone videos, actually, if you guys didn't know. If I bring it up here. Oops. Oh. There we go. There we go. Drone. I've got some drone videos, if you guys haven't seen them, and you can go see how crystal clear those are around the jetty, around my place. It's just unbelievable. So if you want something that's peaceful, relaxing, go check those out. They're pretty cool. Yeah, I actually had so much fun filming this video, the Pokemon video, plus then editing it, and I got to experience the whole thing again. It was even just as fun. So I'm excited for it. A few lessons already learned from it as well. Just some of the camera setups, which I'm going to have to do a lot better next time. But I'm enjoying the process already. So I'm excited to be able to do that a bit more. People away. Maybe. Let's see. I think that's going to be a long way. I mean, who knows? I might make more money from the Pokemon stuff and get me to my $100,000 challenge than I will with my reselling journey, which would be quite interesting. And that's a good segue. Let's talk about the reselling journey. So I'll bring it up here, the eBay dashboard. I'll have to zoom in for everyone. But look, things are going okay. I mean, it's actually this week has been very quiet, to be honest. This week has been it's been a bit of a struggle. Today I've had one sale, I've had a return case, I've had people complaining about postage delays, which I totally get, but people just doing stupid little threats, like, oh, I'm going to give you bad feedback, or I'm going to raise a thing against you, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, do it. I mean, I'm covered because this is clearly what the situation is, but anyway, it is what it is. I'm trying to look past that. So let's jump in for the reselling. So day 239 of doing this. We're 30% there, 30% to my goal of 100,000, and I think it's pretty evident that it's going to be a big struggle to get there for this year. But I'm going to see how far we can make it, see what we can do, because everything's pointing in the right direction. But it's definitely not as quick as I thought it was going to be. But we're going to charge on, see how far we can do it. Right? It would still be cool to see how far we can go, and how long it's actually going to take to get it done. So the good thing is my margin is sitting a lot higher. So I'm averaging a 51% overall. And I'm just going to jump down here and you can see it. But this is from the last couple of months, right? So I have always been averaging around high 40s, but I'm the last 3 months, I'm sitting at 57, 53% margin. And this month already, I'm sitting at 72%. And I think the key thing here has been that I've been able to get some pretty good bulk deals before lockdown, which meant going into this month, me listing all that stuff. These are like 30 cents each, like books at 30 cents, DVDs at 30 cents, which are making a huge difference in having that margin a lot higher. So something that's been really, really good. So average sales price at the moment, we're sitting around $33. And this is the whole of life, not per month. This is whole of life. So different months will have different average sales price, but at the moment, total is 33. Profit sitting around 50%, obviously, so $16, $17. Average postage cost, this is what out of my pocket, is $5.42. Average cost of goods, whole of life, is $3.64. Average cycle time of an item selling is 37 days. And that's actually this little graph right here. And you can see there's a nice little dip. It was going up, 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 and it started to trend over and start to come down. Daily listings moving average. So we're sitting at, I think, average daily listing at the moment is 7.93, and that's whole of life. But as you can see on this graph, we started off, dropped really bad, and now we're peaking really high. So we're averaging about 7.9 at the moment, which is I'm actually doing 15 per day, when worst I was doing 3 per day. So me doing the 15 per day is really, really helping in seeing that getting up, which then obviously you can see the weekly listings here. One of my favorite graphs at the moment is actually this guy here. I'll zoom in a bit better. Is this listed items versus daily sales. And this one helps you see that the more I've listed, the sales have started to follow that trend. I've had a bit of an off week this week, and I think that's to do with the open case that I have. But it's still good to see this trend and see how it's all happening. So that gap, I mean, it's come up quite a fair bit, right? So that's exciting to see. And obviously you can see the numbers of the weekly listings of how much I've been doing per week and how much that is benefiting from a sales ratio perspective. Just going to have a look at these chats. Ethan, mate, appreciate you being here. Yeah, seeing the margin grow, it all adds up, and it goes a long way. So it's crazy how much the numbers add up, especially if you're doing volumes. It makes a huge difference. So it's exciting to see that. Hey, mate, appreciate you being here. No. You're all good. You're good. Oh, nice. I didn't even know they had a new album. Appreciate you stopping by. All right. So what else do we want to see here? Yeah, so sales today, we've had one sale, pretty bad. I've been averaging actually around 200 to 150 to $200 per day. As you can see back up here, 124, that's whole of life, remember? So, but of recent, it's been pretty solid. But today, it's just been a big drop, which is a bit unfortunate. Average daily sales at the moment, is about 3.76. But of recent, in the last 2 months, it's been about 5 to 7 per day. This is whole of life. Daily revenue. Anyway, this is all whole of life stuff. What else are we looking here? Oh yeah, so the other little challenge here to get me back on track to 100,000 is basically I need to be listing 22 listings per day, and they have to sell in order to get me. That's with an average sales price of 33, or basically I have to be doing $610 per day. So we have a long way to go, but hey, it's all part of the challenge. It's all part of the fun. Yeah. So if anyone's got any questions around this stuff, do let me know. I'm more than happy to share. It's been a lot of fun. I did have someone actually reach out and say, when am I making this as a bit of a tool or something that I can share to someone else? Well, um, yeah, it's something I've thought about, but I haven't really spent the time on doing it. I could probably monetize this and get a little bit dollar, but this isn't for everyone. But I think there is probably some value there for some people. So I don't know, something to think about. You should do some auctions. So, yeah, actually, I have thought about this. There's a few things that I could help clear out the store, or just take a gamble on things that aren't necessarily taking up a lot of dollars. As long as postage is covered, I think the auction might make sense and just help get some things moving. So it could be actually a good. Actually, that could make a really good video to do, mate. I could do. I did a week of auctions, or I did a month of auctions, or something, and see what it does to the sales. Something to try. I haven't actually done any auctions. Never. Well, I have in the past, but not recently. Pretty good activity during the week. Mine all seems to be happening. Yeah, look, through the week has been pretty good, and I'll jump to another screen, and this will give you a bit of a view of last week. So let me zoom in here. All right, so if we look at last week, Wednesday, I had $161. Thursday, $134. Friday, 57. Saturday, 183. Sunday, 130. Monday, I had 227. So yesterday I did 227. Today I've had one sale of $42. So it's been all over the place. But if I look back over the last couple of weeks, I've had $300 days, $300 days, $200 days, $300 days. I had a $44 day. So it's really been a roller coaster. Usually through the week, I get quite a good amount. I'm usually getting between 100 to 200 per day, and then the weekends, the gravy, where I get all the extra goodies. But yeah, I think things are a bit interesting at the moment. So it is what it is. Can't really do much by it. I just have to continue on, right? Listed an item for auction last night. 17 watches in 24 hours. Okay, interesting. And do you sell many of these, mate? Because, do you do many auctions? Because I'm curious to know the numbers. That's what I get worried about the auctions, is people get so into it and then they just cave. What about focusing on putting your time on the products that make more profit? No, 100%. So this is a bit of a catch-22. So I've got items which obviously I've sourced from bulk deals. So a lot of books. So some of them aren't, huge ASP, but I've picked them up from. So I've got about 400 books sitting out there, which I'm working my way through, and they've cost me about 31 cents each. But with that, they're only probably $10 to $20 items. So I don't really have a choice around that ASP. I can bundle them potentially, but because I'm not proactively going out and sourcing new things, like if I was thrifting, I can pick things up for $2 and sell them for 50 or whatever. Some of these books, like some books I sold last week, I got for 31 cents each, and I sold them for $45. 3 books for $45, and then I sold a total of 6 of them for 90, and they were 31 cents per pop. So it is out there, but I think it really does depend on my sourcing strategies and what I'm going for. So I have tried to do that, but at the same time, I've got a lot of stock that I just want to make sure I'm clearing out, and that's why it's bringing down the ASP. But it's also why been able to have 10 sales in a day and getting that $200, because I might be having $10, $20 sales, or give or take, in between. So yeah, it is a catch-22, but if I could make the ASP higher, I would. Yeah, the sales have been great. I've ever since doing the consistent listings as well, and that makes a huge difference. But I think this week's just a bit off because I've got that open case around someone wanting to make a return. I sell smiles. Love to see progress, mate. Rossa, appreciate you dropping by, mate. Really, really do appreciate it. I sell smiles. You do, man. If anyone hasn't checked out Rossa Runs, great guy over in US, does amazing things. Fun guy, funny guy, and I love his perspective on everything. He just brings fresh perspective, keeps everyone on their toes as well. and he's a crazy runner as well. I mean, I think any runner is a crazy runner, but great guy. I really do appreciate you dropping by, mate. I've done a few in the past, ended up with mixed results. Definitely a gamble and much easier to do with items. Yeah, that's true. And I think I would do that with maybe, books that I've got for 31 cents. As long as postage is covered, it could be a quick way to just move some stock off really quickly. So maybe that's something what I need to do. You're hitting your target for ASP. Well, I mean, I don't actually have a target ASP. Um, I haven't set a target ASP because at the moment, because of the situations, I can't have the luxury of just, putting up what I want to put up. I only have limited items, and I'm trying to be mindful of that. If we're in lockdown, hopefully not, but likely to probably early October or longer, I want to make sure I'm managing through that stock. So a lot of it's just books and DVDs. So my SP around those is probably $15 to $20. I do have a few other items that I'm selling, like Pokemon cards and some Tarzos and some collectibles, some odd things. But it's it is. It's a bit of a juggling act. I mean, I would love this ASP to be 40 to 50, and it used to be 40 when I started. But now that I'm doing more of just the same item, it has come down quite a lot. But I'm actually selling more, so I'm getting a better quantity or daily revenue. If I do, I treat a loss leader to create window dressing. Okay. How much he smells? Hey Matt, how you doing, mate? Appreciate you being here, man. You other numbers king. Geez, all this looks a bit scary. Look, and actually, that's a fair point. So this, once again, this is, people don't need to be doing this. What I'm tracking, I like to track this. I set this up from day one so I could follow it, but now it's very seamless for me to manage it and do everything with it. I don't have to focus too much on it. But it's great to be able to have these conversations, and I like to be able to back up everything I'm talking about with data to prove a point. And it also tells a story, right? It helps you just reflect and see the progress. I'm a numbers guy. That's why I do this. All right. So if people have more questions, please do ask. I'll continue to move on and progress. But yeah, the reselling, look, it's going good. I mean, last month I had my best month. Did almost 6,500. That's revenue, not profit. And remember, the numbers you're seeing here, that is not that is not the whole business view or the whole business world of it as well, right? There's other expenses. There's shipping costs outside of this, outside of the postage, just stock for postage supplies, other little things, printer supplies, all that jazz. And that's the business view, which I go through on my month to month view when I do my, what sold for the month and an income report. So I think this is something to be mindful of. Even though I had a 53% margin for August, it was a lot lower than that once I put all the other expenses in there too. Right, you're not a special crew then. I saw that for high fives and fist bumps. Love it. Yeah, I know you do, Ethan. Actually, I'll be curious to see your stuff because I know you track numbers as well, Ethan. I'll be curious to know what you're tracking for your own business and to see what you've got. It's exciting stuff. And I love seeing how everyone else does it. All right, so while I've got Rossa runs here, I might actually just jump over to the running stuff. Just while I've got him. So one of the goals for this year for my running was to do a half marathon every single month. One half marathon each month for 2021. So at the moment, we've done a total of 9 half marathons because I'm already in September, but obviously we're tracking up to August at this point. So things are going well. I'm also training for my 50K at the moment, which is going well. So I'm going to jump on that first. Let me zoom in a little bit on this. So if anyone doesn't know, 50K training plan was meant to be 16 weeks. I was actually meant to be doing that 50K this weekend coming up, but obviously due to COVID, it got pushed out to October 23rd. So it's been pushed for another 6 weeks, which means my 16-week plan is now a 22-week plan. So last week, it was a bit of a reset week, just took a lot of the week off, mindset reset, just did a bit of cross training. And we did do one mission run, which was a half marathon on the weekend for September. But it was just a chance to reset and now just get back into training mode. So at the end of week 15, we're basically, when I say we, it is me, and Carla has been doing it too. But I've done a total of 718 kilometers for this training plan. averaging about 10.7 kilometers per run, which is just incredible. That's for me, it was, yeah, to think that's what I've been doing is really encouraging. Done a total of 83 hours on feet. Heart rate average is 144. Elevation total is 8,756 meters. Done a total of 67 runs, and average pace is 7:05. So it's been great to be able to see this progress happen over the last 15 weeks. I was expecting to be taking it easy this week and doing my 50K at the end of this week and having a bit of a weekend away. Obviously, that's not happening. So I'm also just been able to reset, take that into consideration, accept it, and now getting ready to get back into the 6 weeks of training and to go show them who's boss and get it done. So it is what it is. And obviously I do weekly videos on this. So they come out on Saturday, and you can see week 15 is coming out on this Saturday. So a bit more details in there, and you'll see this again. But that's the beauty of jumping into the live stream and getting to see this. Rossa runs. What is the elevation profile for your 50K? Is it 750? Yeah, I think it's about 750 meters elevation, and that's total, right? Yeah. I'm just confirming with Carla. Yeah, so it's about 750 meters elevation total. So it's not actually huge. I mean, it's big, but I know there's a lot of people doing a lot more than this. But it's very similar to the run that I do at the start of the year of the Two Bays trail run. So Carla has done this race before, the 50K. But yeah, there is about 750 meters elevation. It might be a little more, give or take. Hey, Chris, is Carla going to bake you a cake for your birthday? No, I don't believe she is. But I know I'll have my mum doing a cake for me, my favorite cake, which is a chocolate ripple cake. So, yeah, no pressure on Carla, but just pressure on mum. I mean, she can bake me a cake if she wants, but I'm not expecting her to. Do you have a goal time for the 50K? No, I do not. To finish, in the back of my mind, I do know that Carla has done it before, so I feel like there might be a little bit of unstated expectation to try and do her pace. But I tried to do that on my marathon, both my marathons, and I still haven't been able to do that. So I think for the first 50K, it's just getting it done, getting it finished, feeling accomplished, getting over in one piece, I think will be the goal for this one. Will you be upset when Carla beats you? Well, she's already bet me because she's already done one, and she's bet me with the marathon. So I don't think I'll be upset, but it definitely motivates me to push as hard as possible because she does make it all look very easy. She really does. Yeah, it should be pretty good. Should be pretty good. Loving all the questions, guys. I really do appreciate it. So look, the running's going really well. Yeah, as I said, for the goal for this year was to do a half marathon each month, and I currently have done 9. For August, we did a total of 232 kilometers. Distance year to date at the end of August was 1,282 kilometers. Average kilometer distance in August was 12.9. I did actually do a marathon in August as well. I did that on the first day of August, which is pretty cool. What else do we want to see here? Half marathon time for this month was 6:53 pace, so probably one of the slower ones so far, except for a couple of first ones I did. But yeah, pretty happy with this. I mean, the idea isn't about pace; it's more about just getting it done. And I just wanted to be able to keep myself in the position that I can go out and do a half marathon once a month. And I would love to be able to do that, continue to do that, because I think it's a pretty cool thing to do. It's probably one of my favorite distances to do, just because it keeps me fresh, keeps me on the ball. It's mental as well. Carla is a machine. Yes, she is. She really is. Tips for someone starting out running with improving cardio fitness as a general goal, apart from just starting. Look, I think without going into too much detail here, I think the key thing is just getting out and giving it a go. I've had people ask me, oh, I did a 5K and I can't even run a full 5K and it was so slow. And I'm like, well, of course, you've never run one before, so you can't expect it to be fast. And I think removing all, comparison, removing all compared to other people, because you can't compare yourself to someone else who's been doing it for 5-10 years. And you're doing it for your first run. So my encouragement would be to pick up one of those apps if you need a bit of motivation, whether it's Couch to 5K, the Nike Plus Run app, or anything like that, and it will take you through a program, to get you from the couch out there doing a 5K. And you don't have to run the entire run. I mean, I'm doing these runs and I'm not running these entire runs. I'm walking. The idea is time on feet and to get an average pace. So get out there, have some fun, learn. If you haven't ran before, especially, with different muscles, getting a new workout is sometimes making sure your shoes are best, right? And I know it's a bit hard at the moment with COVID, but if you can somehow get your feet fitted, you can jump online to Athlete's Foot and they've got a chat bot that you can walk through and they can hopefully navigate and find a pair of shoes that's going to be best fit for you to make it most comfortable. But if you want to remove all those excuses, just get out there, see, if you can run 1K until you start needing to walk, and then do a bit more. I think that's what it is don't set the expectation high. Just get out, have some fun, give it a go. I think just, if you're just wanting to improve cardio fitness, is the best way to do it is do a little bit today, see how much more you can do the next time. Or if you can, I wouldn't say trying to go faster because that's not the best way to train in with running. It's more around being comfortable with time on feet, I think. So I hope that helps, Matt. Have you worked out a way to combine running as listing? No, I wish. Maybe Toby from Captain Obshop, maybe he can help me with that one. My favorite distance is about 2.6 meters. That's what from the couch to the fridge, I guess. Have you worked out a way to combine running listing? But you smashed that to the fridge. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for advice. No worries, Kiss Selling. Appreciate being here. Got to fly, peeps. Wishing you all a safe week. Yeah, stay strong, stay sane, and keep at it. Appreciate you. I walk a good portion of my 100Ks forward progress. That's it. Rossa Run knows all about it. Now, Rossa, he's doing some crazy stuff. Like just, when I grow up, I want to be like Rossa kind of stuff. And he makes it look easy, but I know it's not easy, right? But he gets the job done and he's pushing through. He's walking through. He's running through. I wouldn't say he's crawling through, but he gets the job done. So if people want to see what it's like to get things done when it comes to the running world, Rossa Run's your man. Doing 100K, it's crazy stuff. Just start, put your sneakers on. That's half the battle. That's it. It really is, right? And I think just getting that routine, that consistency, it's like with listing, reselling, it's the same thing, right? Is momentum, just building a routine, getting into that mindset. It's going to help wonders. I dominate that 2.6, the couch to fridge. You'll have to start setting some records, mate. I expect to see it in the next video. Oh, that's great. Good grief. I don't know if that's actually a good thing to be proud of. All right, so that's the YouTube. We've done the reselling. We've done the running. Let's just jump on over to the podcast quickly. So one of the goals also for the year was to kickstart my podcast. And I'm going to flash my general dashboard. And then, I'll be going through this anyway. But the podcast for this year, I had a goal to hit 11 guests. I'm at 18 guests at the moment. I had a goal to have 1,000 downloads. Recently just hit 1,013 downloads, as you can see on screen, which is just awesome. It's great to see this happening. So I didn't know what to expect. Now, obviously, I've hit that 1,000, so I'm going to have to start thinking what else can I put as a stretch goal for the rest of the year. So hopefully we can more than double that. I think that's quite possible. I launched the podcast merch. I can't remember if that was actually in August or if it was just before, but I did launch the podcast merch as well. So if anyone ever wanting to know how to support me, purchasing something from my podcast merch store would be awesome, right? Just because it helps advertise, it helps, I put it back into the podcast or furthering my own lifestyle. But I've got some limited edition versions of the pins, or I've got some just everyday pins. But if you are interested, you can jump on over to the store and pick them up. Like they're pretty cheap, support the podcast. But I know some people have already picked up a shirt and things like that, so I really do appreciate it. But if anyone's interested, you can go pick up something to support the podcast. It would be greatly appreciated. And these enamel pins have been designed and made by some guys here in Australia as well. Great folks as well. So yeah, check them out. So that's an update on the podcast. Yeah, so that's going really well. One of the other goals that I had for this year was to read 12 books or listen to 12 books. I've done 10 so far. So 83% of the way. I don't think I'll have any issues with getting that done. I'm actually just finished my last one, which was 12 Rules of Life. So I'm actually working on what will be the next book. So I'll pick that from Audible. And the other goal was to do finish 3 video games. Now I finished 2 already, Jedi Order and Mario Odyssey. And I'm currently playing a few different games at the moment. I'm playing It Takes Two with Carla, so I'll probably get that as the third one. I'm playing Assassin's Creed. I've been playing a bit of RuneScape. I've been playing a whole bunch of different things, and I do alternate between games depending on what time limits I have and things like that. So, but I don't think I'll have any issues doing this. Actually, yeah, beanies and caps. I really should get those on. I need to do it. I need to do it. I'm trying not to push for so much merch and stuff, but what's practical. But it sounds like there's a want and need for hats. So, mate, if I put a hat up there, I'm expecting you to purchase one. No pressure. The other goal that I had for this year was obviously to get 1,000 YouTube subscribers, which we've now done. The other goal for YouTube is to get $500 in revenue, which obviously I can't start doing that until I've got monetization. So we'll have that soon. And then I've got a couple of months to try and make that happen. So we'll see. And the other big one was to grow my share portfolio to a goal of 400,000. I did do a video on this, sharing the details of, how this is as big as it is. And that's because I've been doing it for a good 7-8 years. But this year alone has been solid in terms of growth. And that's just from, some of it has been just from compounding, and some of it has just been, from the consistency of investing. And I've had some pretty good runs this year as well. So I'm not going to give advice on this stuff because, what you invest in is up to you, but it is a range of, stuff in Australian market, stuff in the US market, and there is a little bit of crypto in there too. But the growth for this year has just been crazy stuff. I actually started in the negative this year. I started, lowest I dropped down to was a negative of 14,000, but now I kid you not, I'm up by, because I started so low, I'm up by 87. So it's crazy stuff, crazy to see this. And the only advice I can give on this is, if you're wanting to invest, is to start small and start as soon as possible and have that consistency, because time is where it will help you with investing. I'm a long-term investor. I'm not a short-term investor. Thanks again for the Profit First book. Yeah, you're welcome, dude. It's been a game changer. There's some great concepts in there to keep us all honest, and how we rethink around our dollars. I think it's super important to have those fresh perspectives and to apply it. Okay, I'll take you up on that. You set yourself a lot of goals and really push yourself. Be careful. Yeah, 100%. Like, burnout it's a challenge, and that's why the games is actually one of the goals, is to play games, because then I am stepping away from doing all the hustle and bustle, right, and trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to get more sales. The running is my escape. That's how I can escape from all this, go, and the video games as well. So lots of things that I'm being able to apply there to ensure that I am taking that rest. And the books as well, that's a great way to learn and to step away from just always trying to mainly doing the reselling. So 100%, it's the burnout is sometimes a challenge. Some weeks I have some good weeks. Some weeks, I feel like I'm, flying. So it's a balance, and that also depends on what else is going on as well. But I have found during lockdown, these kind of things that I'm doing is actually what's getting me through those lockdown days more than anything, because I've got things to do. I've got plenty of stuff to keep my mind off from wondering or to worrying or to stressing or anxiety or anything like that. So it can work in favors in that way. But I totally agree. And that's the reason why I'm doing this, is because I was burnt out from my previous job. I didn't see the point of things. I was working 60-hour weeks. I'm probably working still very long hours doing this, but it doesn't feel like work. I'm having a lot of fun. And because my goals are interacting with the rest of my life, whether it's for Pokemon cards, reading books, games, podcasting, doing the investments or reselling or running, they're all things I love to do. They're all part of my hobbies, which means I don't get burnt out in terms from a stress factor. They're just things to keep me honest, to help me grow and to pursue a lifestyle that I want. It's been a phenomenal 12 months, and it really has. It always makes me a bit nervous because you think things are going to, but hey, that's why I'm playing the long game. I love the gaming and books. Also, goal. Never had anyone else mention that. Good on, yeah. Look, and it's It's tough. Like the games, I don't play a lot of games. Like, I might drop a little 30 minutes here, 10 minutes there. I have been spending Friday nights playing Minecraft with some of my mates and my brother, which has been great. And that's just a couple of hours. We just jump online, just hang out and just play Minecraft. And it's been good. And it's I might even end up finishing Minecraft, who knows? But it's a great way to just escape it all. And back when I was a kid, when you're going through high school, video games, you do that as a distraction from high school, and you don't do your study. Whereas now, I don't have a problem working. I don't have a problem, getting my stuff done. It's probably I have a problem of stopping and resting and playing games and things like that. So, although it has been great, because I've had Carla with us for the last, cheapest must be 4, 5, 6 weeks. And we've been able to spend a lot more time just doing more resting and playing video games together or watching some shows together and things. So it's been really good for that because we're in lockdown. So usually she lives about 60k away. Hey, Goku Runner, appreciate being here, mate. Oh, thanks, man. Well, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. Sounds like a good balance of running, reselling, podcast, chooks, games, Kyla keeping you honest. Yeah, I do. Like and I think that's why I like sharing this, is because I want to make sure people realize that anyone can do something like this, but it's not, it's not a cup of tea of just waking up and all this happens. Like I am doing a lot and I'm balancing a lot, but that's what I like to do because I'm the only one that's in control. I'm only accountable to myself. I only have myself that I have to, set that expectation against. And yeah, people do keep me honest. People do challenge me on it. You guys, Carla, a lot of people. So, and my chooks, I've get spend time with my chooks as well. But I think my podcast is called Further Your Lifestyle because I want people to do that for themselves. But if I can't have a podcast about furthering your lifestyle if I'm not even doing it myself. So me sharing all this is to ensure that I have that authenticity and I'm walking the talk at the same time. So because it's not easy. It is a lot of hard work, but if you put in the daily reps, then it makes it a lot easier process to do, and then it's just a lot of time at the same time. So there's people way further ahead of me. There's people way behind me, but I'm exactly where I need to be to continue to grow and push myself. You're probably hearing the crickets. It's not feedback, it would be crickets. So out the back of my place, I'm right against next to our pool, and out the back near the chicken coop, there is frogs and crickets, which is a choir. And at this time of night, which is 9:40, they are having a party. So they are super loud. Like I kid you not, nothing I can do about it. it's it's crazy. Look, I'm assuming it's the crickets because no one else has said anything, but if it's maybe there's a bit of an other noise, but it's probably most likely the crickets and the frogs you can hear. Love it, mate. Really keeping it real. Love you. No, I appreciate it. I mean, it's I'm not here to say, look at me, toot my own horn. I'm here to say I started from zero, like everyone else, and this is the journey. And it's to help people, hopefully, to inspire and encourage other people that you can do it too. You really can. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah, so look, that's really the update for August. It's been a pretty good month. The other thing I really want to harp on, that I really want to push everyone to suss out, is I'm doing it's a birthday charity live stream this year for my birthday, for my 30th birthday. I wanted to give an update on it and also, do a plug for it. So on the 25th of September, I will be doing a charity stream, opening up some Pokemon cards. People can purchase those cards in advance. And after I've paid for postage and fees, that money is then going to be donated to a local charity called Backpack for Vic Kids. You can go check out the actual video if anyone's interested. You can go see it here, or if you want to just jump over straight and sign up and lock in some cards, they're almost all sold out. You can do that here. But yeah, a local charity that I've been, helping out with quite a lot in the last probably couple of months now. And it's really just stuck me. Yeah, it just made me think that I need to do something bigger and better and different this year. And I've actually been quite excited this year to turn 30. It's probably one of those things that as you get older, you're like, oh, I don't really want to do anything. But I figured, me finding that hobby of Pokemon cards and giving back in a new way and doing something different, something virtual because of the situations, I thought, well, why not open up Pokemon cards, have some fun, donate. people have a chance to get some really good cards. It's all a bit of fun, right? And yeah, so at the moment, I'm aiming to try and raise $900 minimum. That's selling 36 packs of cards, which we're going to do easily because we're sitting at $710 right now already. And there's still there's about 11 packs left. So we're almost, sorry, is that right? There might be a bit less than that. I don't know if I've updated this. So once that's all sold out, that will be all the cards gone. And then I have a stretch goal to reach for $2,000, which will just be from additional donations, whether that's coming from, and I've actually got to update this dashboard. I haven't done the updates from today. I got another $20 donation. So we should be sitting at a total of 35 additional donations, but we are on a total of 710. Anyway, what I was saying is the idea is to get the additional donations through the live stream. And I will be giving away, which was donated by one of my community members, Patrick. I really do appreciate it, mate. He's donated a ETB to go into this competition, and that anyone that spends more than $30 will get an entry, and yeah, have a potential chance to win an ETB as well. So lots of things happening, and yeah, dude, we're already at $710. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, this isn't the amount that will go back, but if we get the $900, that will guarantee that we'll be able to give back about $600 to Backpack for Vic Kids. And then if we can get to that stretch goal of 2,000, it's even bigger and better. So with these additional donations coming in, it also means that we're going to be able to pay for any of the costs just to get things sent out to people, which means there'll be more money that'll be able to go back to the charity. So it's pretty exciting. I'm pretty overwhelmed by it, and just to see how it's happening. And look, it opens up some potential of maybe doing some more things like this and see if we can do it on a more regular basis or something like that, because I think it would be a fun way to do it. I mean, I love doing it. It's so much fun to open the packs and just the excitement. But then, to give the money back to, to the charity and give back to locally, I think it's an important thing to do. And having been volunteering there and helping out with some things, it's been great to be able to just have that eye-opening to see, wow, how much of a difference something like this can make. And it's been quite encouraging. And I figured, why not? Something better way to celebrate for turning 30 this year. So I wanted people to go check that out if you can. And if anyone needs access to anything, you can go jump over to my link tree, and you can get to all that jazz in there as well. So lots happening, but that's August for you folks. That is August. It's been a month. It's been a crazy month. So lots happening, and obviously we're already 7 days into September, and lots of things happening for the good as well. And I think for me, my focus for this week was getting at this new video that I'm doing, which is the Pokemon Fund, a bit of fun as well. And that is a new series. And then I'm going to be doing another live stream this week, just for people if they want to jump in, hang out, do some coffee and cards. Filming a few podcast episodes this week. So I am keeping very busy, and then obviously doing all the stuff for my business and things like that. So it's a lot of fun. And obviously this is my full-time gig, right? This is what I do all the time. So I don't want people to think that, oh, why can't I do this? If people have their own jobs, if they have, families and kids, it's a different circumstance. So I think I'm just trying to leverage that opportunity that I have at this point as much as possible to ensure that I can double down and make the most of it. All right, so we're at the top of the hour. If anyone has questions or more questions, more than happy to ask. Otherwise, we'll start to wrap it up. But look, it's overwhelming to be able to look back and see how I've come, and I think that's why I share it. Right? It's more so just keeping myself honest, to help me, make sure that I am progressing. But at the same time, these metrics can sometimes become, a bad thing, because you're like, oh, I'm not getting good enough. Like when I wasn't hitting the 1,000 subscribers, I thought I was going to get that a lot quicker. Took a lot longer than I expected. But, sometimes that can get a bit disheartening, but at the same time, it's motivating. So it's a fine juggle. And I think having people around you to chat to, support, keep you accountable is very key when you're doing these kind of things, because you need to be able to bring yourself back to reality and keep that headspace in the right place as well. Thanks so much, mate. It's going really good. And who knows what September will bring? And it's one day at a time with everything that's going on at the moment. Let's do it. That's it. That's it. And I'd love to hear what other people's goals are and things. I know a lot of us have reselling goals, but it could be just running or learning how to do your first 5K and things like that. I think it's important to have those conversations, reach out, get advice, or just find accountability with friends and things like that. Because if we can help each other, that's what it's all about. Cool. All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for dropping by. I think we had a peak of 13 or 15 jump in. I can see we still got 12 people. So thank you all. Just a quick recap. So it's been a great month. Progressed really, really well. My priority for September is this charity live stream to get as many people there, helping out, raising some money, buying some Pokemon cards. Unfortunately, that is Australia only at this point. You can still come and hang out and have some fun, but the donations and things like that will be only Australia at this point. That's the main focus for this month. And then I am trying to spice a few things up with the podcast, trying a new little mini series within the podcast, which will be hopefully coming out in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, then there'll be some Pokemon streams. Once the video comes out tomorrow of the new video of that series, there'll be a few things there that we'll be doing as well. So excited to share that all with you, excited to continue growing, learning, understanding, meeting new people. And of course, having you guys in this journey with me makes it all so much worth it. So I really do appreciate you all, dropping by, having some fun, and asking questions. Thank you, Miss Ice Spy. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for being here. And of course, if you are here and you're watching as a replay, it's probably a bit late for saying this, but let me know in the comments below that you watched as a replay if you've made it this far. We're at the end now, but I also appreciate you as well if you've jumped in and you've come for the catch up later. So yeah, hope you all have a wonderful evening, or morning or day, wherever you are, and take it easy. Just remember to slow down and take a breather every so often as well, because there's so many things going on at the moment. It's a bit overwhelming. Also going, so thanks, mate. Appreciate it, Matt. You're doing awesome stuff as well. So I love it. So many new people in the community, and I love being able to connect and find new people. So appreciate it. More resellers on the podcast. Yeah, there will be. I'm trying not to make that so reselling focused. I want to make sure I'm getting a good variety, a few different things. I will have some repeat people coming back for some different types of episodes. And I'm also trying to branch out to some new people completely out of my own network, but there will be some resellers as well. And I mean, at the moment, reselling is what I'm doing. So I'm trying to avoid that because I don't want to make everything just reselling, but I think there's so much that people can apply from those businesses, for other things in your life as well. But yeah, there'll be a mix and match of those things. Cool. Really appreciate it, everyone. Make sure you all have a wonderful evening. And until I see you next time, or you're in one of my videos, I appreciate it very much. So cheers. Have a good night.